When it rains, it pours, huh? Yeah, so I woke up today, and literally that was the, like, I, I do the thing where I wake up in the morning, and I do the first thing that no one should ever do, and that's go onto Twitter. I digress, it's mostly because I had a notification on Twitter when I woke up. So I checked it, I checked my timeline, and then the first thing I saw was an artwork of Haru, like, running in, like, the clear sky field. I was like, oh no. No, 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 no. I was just like, oh no! Haru! So yeah, I found out via a fan work. This was about, what? I think it was about 3 or 4 hours after the news broke. Absolutely gutting. Messed me up as well. Like, I know Grass Wonder died like a month ago, or like a few weeks ago. That was pretty sad. I was pretty sad about that, but Haru felt a lot different. I think, like, I mean, she was old. Like, she was like 29 years old, which is very old for a horse. That's like, I don't know what the exchange rate from horse to human years is, but I believe that's like around 90 or something in like human years, like the equivalent. So she was an old granny. But even so, yeah, today's been kind of a mopey one for me because of that. That was just such a sour note to start the day off on. And, I mean, I was planning to stream today, but obviously, this takes precedence right now. Yeah. I guess it messed me up a lot more because I'm going to Japan for Christmas, and one of the things I wanted to try and maybe do, like I was considering it, was visiting like one of the retired racehorses at like one of the ranches. And Haru was at the top of the list. I was just like, you know, she's old, but she's very much beloved, and like she lives on like a humble farm in the Chiba prefecture. And I was like, you know what? If I can get a reservation, because I would imagine the reservations were like really competitive to go see her. Because, you know, it's a small farm. They don't want a bunch of people, like, coming in and just, like, stressing out the horses. But, you know, I thought maybe I'd be able to book a visit. Well, that's not happening now, is it? She's gone on ahead. And I won't be able to get that chance ever again. Which, you know, it does make me... It makes me feel like I wish I got into the game a lot sooner than I did. Obviously, I got onto the bandwagon with everyone else for Umamusume when Global came out. That was when I really got into it. I had like a tertiary understanding of it before that. Like, I knew what it was. In fact, there was time in the past that I loathed Umamusume because of how overexposed it felt to me. My last trip to Japan, it was everywhere, and I just didn't get it back then. I just didn't understand. But the fact that it was in my face everywhere made me hold some contempt towards it. And, you know, the only Umamusume I really knew was Gold Ship, because Gold Ship kind of just transcends the boundaries of everything. And yeah, it was a Japan-only release. That hasn't stopped me playing a game in the past. Like, I got into Fate Grand Order back in 2015, when it was JP only, and I've been playing that version ever since. But I guess for Fate, I was already a Fate fan before that, so I was excited for that game. But I was never into horses. I was never into horse racing. And then this series hit me like a frickin' truck. And suddenly I'm just like, I love horses now. Like, I don't just love Umamusume, like, it may be a little disingenuous for me to say it when it's only been like a couple of months, but like I have this newfound appreciation for these animals. And now it's like, I go out for daily walks now, which is like... I'm so much more fit... I had a big health scare earlier this year, right? I haven't talked about this that much, but... I had a big health scare earlier this year. And I thought, well... Shit's gonna be rough now, isn't it? Because, like... Nothing's really wrong with me, but, like... I'm at that age where I'm starting to become a bit more concerned about any health issues that come up. But this Umamusume has rewritten my brain chemistry. Never in my life have I been in a spot where I actually look forward to physical activity. I've always been so adverse to it, but now I'm just like... Yeah, I think I'm going for daily walks. I never used to do that. I've never done that in my life. But I've been doing it for like the last like month and a bit now. And I feel so good for it. Like, I've changed my diet, I've changed my amount of physical activity, and all these little changes, I've just felt so much better about myself and my life as a result. Like, Umamusume is part of the reason I started doing this, because, obviously, I started thinking about, oh, what would Haru do, or what would King Halo do in this situation? As silly as it sounds. And I'll be like, well, they wouldn't be moping around like this, they wouldn't be... Okay, they probably would indulge in consumption, but we don't talk about that. Yeah, it was a stepping stone that helped me develop better habits. And it continues to be just like an overall positive effect on my life. Not my wallet, but that's a different story. But yeah, I attribute it to the positive changes I put into my life right now. I'm not about to say Haru was like at the center of it all, but out of the entire roster of Umamusume, Haru is just a shining beacon of like, you can do it. Right? She is the idol of never give up. So when, like, because I'm not physically fit, like, I have trouble, like, you know, straining myself when it comes to physical activity. And now, whenever I do it, I'm just like, don't give up, because Haru doesn't give up. It sounds really silly, but it helps. It helps you push through. And it's different for everyone, right? Like, different people. Hold on. Different people have different devices which they use to, like, push on. And I've tried all kinds of different, like, mental mechanisms before to, like, drive me to do stuff. And this game became one of them. Fuck Christ. Sorry, hold on. I thought I vented all my I don't think I've ever like cried on stream before. I'm not crying. My eyes, it's just raining in my eyes right now. I thought I got over this earlier. I really... Part of me didn't want to do this, because I knew I was going to, like, have a fucking breakdown. And it's so stupid! It must seem so stupid, like, I'm streaming to, like, 2 people online on Twitch, and, like, to whoever else on YouTube. And we're talking about this horse that I've only known about for, like, a couple of months. I never even, like, met the horse IRL. They're in an entirely different country, and most of my most of my attachment to them is via this character that's based off of them. It's so silly and it's so foolish, but I feel it, man. I feel it. I think it's just the culmination of, like, that news getting my day down and it being so connected to the positive changes in my life. And those thoughts of, like, wanting to, like, go visit her as well. And it's just, like... It's a little overwhelming. But I don't get emotional over many things. Like, crying over people dying, this is the... Or, not even people, like, but Haru is a horse, an animal. But, like, she's a person in the hearts of many people. She's, like, a personality. She's so much more than, like, just a horse. And, like... When someone that you care about or that you idolize passes on. This is the third time in my life where I felt so emotionally devastated by it. The first time, funnily enough, the first time was when my favorite wrestler died, when Bray Wyatt died. Because he was... I wouldn't say, like, I just really enjoyed that wrestler's, like, creativity. I really enjoyed Bray's creativity and, like, all the stuff that he tried to do. So, when that news broke, I was absolutely, like, broken by that. It was like, that was, like, the first time in my life that I felt, like, grief, like, immense grief from a loss. The next time was, when my grandfather died. Which was actually not that long after that. That one just made me feel really empty inside and full of regret. Because I didn't really... That's the thing, you don't know. Sometimes with these things, you just come to regret all the things you could have done with someone. And then realizing that you're never going to get to do those anymore. You never will get the chance ever again. And that's part of, like, why this one's hitting me hard. But I'm going in circles now. Alright, I'm done. I'm done commiserating. We're gonna... It's not very Haru of us to be, like, down on the dumps for two. I've been down on the dumps all day. Like, come on. We're here for a stream, and I didn't really have anything special planned because obviously I've been in emotional whirlwind all day, and I've been a little busy as well. I've been doing other things. So I haven't prepared anything, like, really special. We're just gonna do a career run with Haru. Like, that's the best I can do today, to, like, celebrate her life and what she stood for. I don't have any lofty goals like winning the Arima Kinen because... I mean, it would be nice. But at the end of the day, the important thing is to not give up. So we're just gonna do our best with what we have. And we're gonna have fun. That's just the most important thing in life. Have fun. Which one was it? No, not this one. There were certain horses I wanted to use, but I forgot what they were. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, while I do this... Yeah, Scarlet, how are you doing? And also, tell me about how this game has changed you as well. Like, what kind of effects has the Umamusume brain rot had on your life, for better or for worse? Because it really just did take everyone by storm, didn't it? We'll have an interest in horses now. Yeah, you and me both. Like, I've kind of been around horses my entire life because I've always lived near, like, a stables. And my sister used to be into... My sister used to own a horse as well, so, like... Neighborhood. That's a good one. Yeah. Like, on my daily walks, I pass horses now. Like, I will, like... Yeah, like... At my neighbors and, like, the local neighborhood farms, like, walk their horses around every now and again. I just have so much more appreciation for those creatures now. It's crazy, like... Because before, I was just like... It was like, yeah, I guess horses exist. Like, they're large animals, they kind of stink most of the time. And they're kind of freaky looking. Yeah, some horses are massive, dude, like... The ones near me, the ones owned by my neighbors, they're pretty small ones. So they're more cute and small. Some of them are old as well, but like... They're more like ponies, I guess, because they're a lot smaller. But one of them's like a proper horse, like full size. You kind of take for granted how big they can get. But yeah, they are beautiful creatures. They have so much personality as well. I think that's like the main thing about them. They're just... Every horse is just brimming with personality. I can't find the spark I was going to use. I think it's Narita Taishin, actually. Yeah. We'll hope for the best. Let's go for double stamina, actually. Let's turn the jukebox off. There we go. I won't, like... Because we still have, like, stuff to do in the stream, like, I intend to go through the GFL story after this, so... I'm not gonna, like, linger too long on the story. But I'm not gonna, like, skip through it all, like... Yeah, Haru, let's do our best. It's just another training arc with you. Just like every other day. Let's do it. I don't, like, I've been, like... I haven't actually, like... I've been around horses a lot, but I haven't, like, actually interacted with them much. So I'm actually kind of, like, considering looking at, like, the stables in, like, the local area, like... And seeing if any of them are, like, willing to do, like, a, maybe, like, a volunteer thing for, like... taking care of the horses, like, cleaning out the stables and stuff. I just think that'd be kind of a worthwhile experience, just to, like, see what it's like. Obviously, look, she's mud. Look how muddy she is. I wonder if, like, the real Haru, like to roll in the dirt. Hold on. Need to turn the AC off. Because horses just do that, like, they're so big and majestic, But they're also really goofy sometimes. Like, they're really silly. Like, I've seen, like, so many clips of horses just kind of rolling around in the mud and making all these, like, weird and funny faces. And they're quite intelligent creatures, so, like, you know, there's often an intent behind those, like, well, I said there's often an intent behind those things. I mean, rolling around in the mud, that's just fun. Like, I'm sure if we lacked, like, a lot of common sense, like when we're children, like young children, like toddlers, rolling around in the mud sounds like a fucking great time. So horses just do that. And, you know, maybe there's another part where, like, maybe it's grooming for them, like it gets bugs off of them or something, but... Gonna try our hardest. Always gonna try our best, Haru. We're gonna do it. Come what may. Alright. We're just gonna start with speed training. And yeah, like, there's also part of me that wants to, like, maybe look into getting shares in a racehorse. Like, kind of like... Well, that's probably like a long-off goal. I think the more realistic goal is, The more realistic goal is to slowly get into, like, actual horse racing. Like, I think I mentioned it before, but I'm going to a proper horse race in a month. I'm going to the British Champions Day, which is in the middle of October, which is actually at my local race course. I'm not too like knowledgeable about the British racing scene. I just know that for a lot of these races, you have to dress up, like, relatively smart for it, which, you know, I've dressed smart before, so I can do it. It'll be, I think it'll be an interesting and fun experience. Because, like, I'm sure a lot of people... I mean, a lot of people probably into horse racing because it's pretty prestigious here, and there's a huge betting scene as well, so, like, a lot of people are into the betting. I'm just gonna be there for the love of the game. Like, I'm gonna be watching those horses intently. I'm gonna watch them run, and I want to see them, like... I want to see how they run, and what that feels like to me. And basically, my experience with the horse race here in October will basically kind of determine some of my plans for Japan, because one of my other things I wanted to do, I believe I also mentioned this before, is I want to go to the Urima Kinen, which is happening around the time while I'm in Japan. So I think that would be pretty amazing. If I do end up enjoying... I mean, I might absolutely hate the horse racing live experience, and then decide maybe I won't do that. But I don't know that yet. So I'm gonna give it a shot. And then we'll see where we go from there. But yeah, it's definitely things I would never have considered doing before, like... Oh, it's this one. We can just skip that. I mean, obviously I've gone out for, like... I've gone out for activities like going to live wrestling events and going to, like, concerts and gigs. This is probably the first one where it's so outside of my comfort zone that it is a little nerve-wracking. Whoa. She has such a vivid imagination. Is it weird of me to say that Haru kind of makes me want to have a child of my own one day? obviously it's kind of like it's wishful thinking slash unrealistic to think that a child is just gonna be like this. Quite frankly, if your child is acting like Haru, I think there's probably something wrong with the kid. Maybe, I mean, when they're like, you know, maybe like 4 years old or something, that's fine. But if they're in like their teens, like, well, I don't know how old Haru is meant to be represented in this game. It's not really a question worth asking in some contexts, but I think thinking that having a kid acting like this all the time is unrealistic, but that's the dream, right? Like, I think that's what a lot of like wannabe parents would dream of, is like having a kid and seeing these types of qualities of them, their naivety, their innocence, like their curiosity of the world, and like the potential ways you're gonna raise them and oversee their like adventures in the world. And obviously, we don't like to think about the hardships. You know, like changing diapers at 2 a.m. or like the countless tantrums that your toddler's gonna have when they don't get what they want. And the mental anguish that comes with that. Everyone, like, a lot of parents will, like, say, oh, it's not sunshines and rainbows at all, it's life-changing. My life is, like, basically over because I'm dedicating everything to my kid. And, you know, it is a big sacrifice, exactly. It's a huge sacrifice. But I don't think that... I just don't think that that's something to... What's the word? Discourage, you know? I don't think that should discourage people from wanting to have that type of life, though. And, like, you know, parenting is different for everyone. Like, some people, it is actually hell, and they're just like, I wish I didn't have that child, which, you know, is sad, but sometimes circumstances are like that. But other times, it's a life-changing experience that, yes, there's hardships involved, but the payoff is unlike anything else. Yes, it's a big sacrifice. Some people understand that, some people don't. But I think that's also part of just being human. Like, it's part of being human to experience these things and to experience hardships and, like, you know, appreciate these things. It's also human to dream about these things as well. Gonna carry the apples. Let's go, Haru. Excellent. But yeah, like, there's all sorts of things you can do to prepare for something like that, but at the end of the day, like, I think there's a lot of people in the world that just suddenly have a child, and they have no idea what they're doing, or how they're doing stuff. And I don't think anyone really knows how to raise a child. They just do it. And that gives way to how all of us ever have developed. That's what makes us all different. We've all been raised, like, differently. Because, like, I'll tell you right now, my mother had no idea what she was doing when she had me. I was my mother's first child. And, like, I doubt she had, like, I doubt she had, like, a overall game plan for how she was gonna raise me and stuff. I mean, actually, like, she raised me pretty much solo because my old man was not around for, like, the first part of my life. But yeah, I'm getting onto a tangent. Like, I don't know anything about parenthood. Would I like to become a parent at some point? Yeah, I would welcome it. Like, if a potential partner, ever, like, told me, like, I want kids, and I'll be like, yeah, sure. Like, we're in this together, so we'll try it. Whether or not I get to that stage in my life, I don't know, but, you know, I'll take things as they come. It'd be one of those things I kind of, like, fantasize about, but, like, whether it happens or not is not something that I'm going to try to push for. A lot of my high school classmates became parents within a year of graduating. Literally! Same here! Like, I heard, like, literally, while I was applying to uni, I was, like, in the middle of uni applications, and I heard that someone I went to school with is now a parent. This was, like, a year after I graduated, and it's just, like, well, graduated from, like, the equivalent of high school, and I was just like, dude, you set your roots down that quickly? What are you doing? I mean, I can't really tell them what to do, you know, like, it's their life. They have to deal with it now, like, that's the hand in life that they've dealt themselves. It's just crazy to me that you can be, like, 19 or 20 years old and have a kid. Yeah, same. Yeah, I think a lot of people have Facebook in, like, their school years. Like, especially, like, back then, because, Facebook was, like, one of the only social medias. Even then, I got onto Facebook pretty late, because I got into the internet pretty late in general. Like, I didn't have much of a presence on the internet until I was, like, 15. That's basically when I discovered, like, Xbox Live. And then the rest is history. But yeah. Can't imagine people doing that now. And in this economy, they would be fucked. Basically, the only people having kids at that age in this economy are, one, people that are just entirely out of their element, and they're not going to have the resources to properly raise that kid, because their casual one-night stand ended up with some irreversible ramifications. Or two, they come from upper middle class to rich families, where, you know, maybe they, like, banged their partner at a house party or something, and now they've got a kid, but their whole family's just like, oh, congratulations, we'll help you with the baby shower and everything, and then they basically get given everything they need to work with it. You can get sheltered parents as well. Like, that's basically how it was for my older sisters. Because I've got two older sisters from a different mother. They both have kids. They both have multiple kids. And, I mean, they didn't have it when they were, like, 20. They were, like, at least in their mid-20s. Which, to me, is still pretty young to have a kid, you know? Like, mid-20s. Like, fucking hell. Like, even, I'm 31. And I feel like at this stage in my life, I'm only just now thinking, like, it'd be nice if I had a kid now. Like, maybe within the next few years, it would be nice to have the possibility of having a kid. Not right now, because I don't have a job, and that would be very awkward. Exactly, it's so young to give up your life to raise them. I like to see the ages of 20 to 30 as, like, very formative years. Because that's basically your gateway into adulthood, right? Like, everyone's gonna say, like, oh, I'm an adult when I become 18, and then blah, 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 blah. I don't believe that whatsoever. Like, when you become 18, you're an adult on paper, yes. But you're still a child in a lot of ways as well. And, you know, some of us never let go of our inner child. But Yeah, exactly. The pacing and the growth, it's so different for all of us. We're gonna watch all Haru's races because we can. She's gonna try her best. I've been a late sprout, to be honest. How do you mean? Like, do you mean in terms of like doing, like, in terms of the things that you want to like go out and do, so to speak? Like stuff that other people may have been doing when they were like much younger, or like, or do you mean it in a different way? I feel like it gains experience kind of late. Yeah, I feel that. Like, I mean, I definitely feel that because I was a recluse in school. I very rarely went out. Like, yeah, I rarely went out, like, during the day and stuff. Not during the day. I was the type of person, so, the moment they gave us, like... I mean, most of the time, I was stuck in the classroom. Not stuck in there, but I just sat in the classroom idling away. I was fortunate enough that I had a classroom that had a bunch of computers in it. So, whenever there was recess or whatever, I was inside on a computer because we were allowed to use them. Once you allow me to do something like that, it's over. Like, I'm gone. That's me. I feel like everything changed once I had a job and started traveling places on my own. It does. Like, it's definitely that type of thing where things start changing, like, completely. It's when you start being... I don't want to say being forced, but it's when you become compelled to leave your comfort zone and start doing things that you've never done before. Since you can't really do that as a kid, like, obviously, when you're a kid and when you're young, there's a lot of stuff. By the way, congratulations, Haru! You won your first race! Let's go! I'm so happy. Round of applause for Haru. She did so well. I'm gonna watch her Make debut concert. But yeah, like, when you're a kid, lots of stuff is new, but you could argue that a lot of the stuff as a kid is, like, stuff that is put in front of you by your parents. And obviously there's a lot of stuff that you do of your own volition as well. But I feel like when you're an adult, or when, at least when you're a teenager, you have this idea that the stuff that you get curious about and the stuff that you, like, go out and do that's new, you have more responsibility for your own decisions. I mean, when you're a kid, you don't really have that sense of, like, I've made this choice and this is how things are changing for me. Off topic, but I wonder who voices the MC Umas for the concerts. I do wonder. I would hazard a guess that it's probably one of the seiyus from the other horses that just did additional voices. I'm sure there's like a, I'm sure there's a credit somewhere for it. That, or they just are the voices of other Umas, we just haven't, like, aligned them up, so to speak. Like, there's a chance that the two Umas on stage of Haru right now, that their voices are just, like, special weak and silent Suzuka. I haven't listened to the voices well enough to, like, kind of, like, nail that down. Someone probably knows, though. Like, the game's been out for many years in Japan, so the knowledge is probably out there. But yeah, So cute. So precious. Oh, wait. I didn't mean to skip that. Damn it. Oh well. We've won her debut, let's keep rolling. That's King Halo. Another time, King Halo, my beloved. We should rest. Oh, hiya! Played with the kitty, you took naps, skipped stones at the pond, took more naps. That does sound super nice. I'm happy for you, Haru. Super happy. What was I talking about before? Oh yeah. Yeah. I would say I was a late bloomer even after school, because I worked... obviously, I got a job not long after... Well, I went to university first. I dropped out of university because I didn't really... I didn't really vibe with university the first time. I dropped out after a year because I realized that... Well, I didn't realize it at the time, but things didn't really change for me. I was still, like, really reclusive, even, like, during university. And even when I was living on my own. But I think that's assisted by the fact that I lived kind of independently before that. Because I've always had my own space at my parents' house. Like, right now, I live with my parents. But it's more accurate to say I live on my parents' property. I live in, like, a shed off to the side from the main house. So I actually get very little interaction with my own family. Aside from, you know... Sometimes I'll go out and I'll coincide with one of them and I'll say hi and stuff, but... It's very much like, I live with my parents, but my parents are more like my neighbors than anything. It is nice, because it gives me that independence that's nice, but then my family's right there if I ever feel like I need that connection. But, back then, I was so antisocial, that didn't really matter to me. And I had that type of situation before, so I never really had the chance to kind of expand my social horizons. And I think that really stunted my growth in a social way as well. Because what ended up happening is, after I dropped out of uni, I got into this job. I got into the film industry. But the problem with the film industry is that I was working in a department which didn't really have a lot of... It kind of did have some crossover with other departments, but like... It wasn't the type of job where you really get to socialize with other people that much. Because people were changing for like every contract. So it's very hard to like stay in touch with the same people all the time. It was like twice a year, like, you're doing different jobs, and you have to, like, meet new people all the time. But because of my position, I managed to remain relatively reclusive throughout it all, while still doing the work. And it only feels like much later on, in my early 20s, was the first time I went to a convention. MCM London Comic Con. That was at the beckoning of online friends I had made at the time. I went to Comic Con in London, and that changed the trajectory of my social life forever, because before that, I literally only had, like, friends online. Like, I didn't have any friends from school anymore because we had all moved away and disconnected from each other. I had only had... well, I had one other friend, but they are sadly no longer with us, so that was its own thing. I only had online friends. And going to Comic-Con with them and meeting a whole bunch of other people, some of which are some of my best friends to this day. Like, some of my best RL friends. I met them there. And it just brought me into this, like, world that, you know, was always there, but, like, I wasn't really aware of it. And I feel like that's when I started really opening up socially, like... And I'm not gonna say, like, oh, I'm a social butterfly nowadays. I absolutely am not. I am the furthest thing from a social butterfly you'll find. I'm an introvert, I have social anxiety. I get it even when talking to people online. But I can say, like, without a shadow of a doubt, that I have great friends right now. Like, I have great friends, and I'm very happy about that fact. And I don't feel the need to be, like, super social either. Conventions are a great way to connect outside of work. Yeah. Like... I don't go to conventions anymore because after going to them for a few years, I decided... going to conventions for a few years kind of indicates to me how much of an introvert I am. Because being around a crowd of people that much just became a really unenticing prospect. So it became less about meeting new people and more about hanging out with people that I already knew. And then I realized I could just do that outside of the conventions. So that's just what I do now. I used to go to conventions to hang out with friends. But I just hang out with them on a regular basis, so I just don't need to do that anymore. And, you know, the urge to go back always hits me, but, like... maybe one day. I think if I go to a convention again, though, it'll probably be one in a different country, like America. I'd like to go to an American convention at least once in my life. Because, I mean, I've only been to America once, and I don't even remember, like... what I even did. So I think it'd be pretty good. But obviously, like, for reasons I won't disclose, I'm not very keen on going to America at the moment. I'm sure any American, Scarlet, you included, can hopefully understand why I'm hesitant to go at this juncture. It's a shame because I was actually last Christmas, I was planning to go to America. And then a certain event happened, and I decided maybe I should postpone this endeavor indefinitely. Until there's another major shift in the social climate, shall we say. We're not going to watch these races, because I'm just doing this for the numbers. We need to get Haru's numbers up. More people will believe in Haru. Yeah. There'll be a time where I do it. Like, I will find the time to do it eventually. I know I will. I shouldn't be skipping, but... I'm doing it by accident. Yeah, I'll find a time. It's just not now. Instead, I'm going to Japan again, because I love Japan. Japan is great. I'm visiting a friend in Japan as well, so that's even better. I mean, the major difference there is that I visit Japan even if I'm not visiting a friend, because, like, you know, it's fucking Japan. Can we go for this? You can do it, Haru! Let's go! A little risky. I technically have a couple of connections in Japan now. Because I've had a couple of friends move there in the recent years. Like, one of my friends, friend of the channel, Iron Pup, actually, moved to Japan a few years ago. And he's even got a house there now. So, like, he's loving life now. Like, he is living the life. He's pretty well off as well. Like, he's got a great job over there and stuff. Like, it's all coming up Millhouse for him. I'm very happy for him. Back when it happened, I was a little... I was sad. I was upset because he was one of my good friends, IRL, and he was moving away, and, you know... I'm still sad that I don't get to see him on, like, a physical basis that much anymore. Like, he does visit the UK every now and again. And I did meet him in Japan for one day when I last went. But, like... I think most importantly is that, like... He's happy, he's living a fulfilling life, like, couldn't ask for more than that. It's great for him. And to be honest, I don't fault him for getting out of the country while he could. He had a good foresight in that regard. The housing over there seems very refreshing for how it is over here. Yeah, exactly. Like, getting a house over there seems to be so much easier, and, like, there's even stuff of, like, building your own house out there, which is encouraged. And affordable. That's the most important thing. It's affordable to build your own house out there. Which... over here in the UK, and I imagine it's the same in the US, building your own house just sounds like a ludicrous expense. Like, that's something you do when you are, like, when you have a really well-paying job, you're very comfortable in life, you're like, yeah, I'll build my dream house. That's super privileged over here. But over there, like, you can just do it, man. And it's crazy. It's not enough to convince me to move there myself, because I have very different values when it comes to where I live. I mean, obviously, there's not a lot of value to living in the UK right now, for obvious reasons, but... I'm not trying to scare you, Haru. We can do it, we can do it. We got this, we got this. You lost a lot of energy, but we got this. Yeah, the grass is green on the other side, as they say. I feel like I would, in the long run, be a lot more... Okay, well, previous me, I think, would have been a lot more depressed in the long run if I did move to Japan. Current me, I don't really know. I think it's one of those things where... I wouldn't really know unless I did it, but it's such a big commitment to, like, move my entire life over there, that I feel like... I don't know, I just don't think it's in my cards right now. I don't think it's really worth me to consider that at the moment. I've got other things I want to do, and I think visits to Japan will tide me over enough. It's not an easy question, because, like... I will complain about living in the UK a lot, and then people will tell me, oh, why don't you just move to another country? And I'm just like, I don't really think it's going to be better in other countries. At this rate, the only reason I move to another country, potentially, is, again, because of a significant other. Like, that would probably be the only major reason... That would probably be the only reason I would... actively consider moving to another country. But outside of that, it's very unlikely for me. Yeah, moving costs a lot. You have to get your passport changed. You have to, like, get, a citizenship in a different place, etc., etc. It's so much effort. And having the only reason for that be something like, I just don't want to live where I am anymore, it just feels very not good. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel like the type of thing where you just go and say that. If I truly hated where I lived, then, like, I would just have to, like, figure out a way to deal with it, I feel. I mean, I can move somewhere else in the country, which is what I'm doing at some point soon, hopefully. But moving an entirely different country? I need to want to have something I want to do in another country, is what I'm trying to say. I can't just move because I don't like it here. I need to move because I want to do something over there. And there's not really a lot that I want to do that warrants me moving, so yeah. I'll just simply try to do what I want to do from here. As hard to live here as it is becoming, I'll do my best. Because that's what Haru would do. Haru wouldn't move to another country because she hates where she lives. She would just do her best. Regardless of the circumstance. That's what I want to believe in. I'm being a little, like, disingenuous there, but, you know. Eventually, like... soon I will get a house here and that will be it. Like, that is basically, like... I wouldn't say it's like a permanent fixture, but I would say, like, that's a very... It's an anchor. Like, I'm anchoring myself here once I get a house. Because that's a big investment. Good job, Haru. We've got 9,000 fans. Next we need the 12,000, right? Yeah. But yeah, I've had a couple friends move to Japan. And for them, like, individually, they seem way better off for it than where they were before, and I'm very happy for them. But personally, I don't think it would work for me. We gotta win this race. That's not winning. Alright, don't give up, don't give up. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this, Haru, alright? We're gonna do this. Okay, it's a little tight. Admittedly, it's a little tight. I'm gonna get her some skills, and then hopefully she's going to make the dream work. Yeah, here we go. Galaxy Stakes. Show them, Haru, that you are out of this world. Because we don't give up here. We live in the dream. We live for the dream. El Condor Pasa, what are you doing here? Why is El Condor, like, racing in the opens? What happened? I always find it funny when we race in, like, one of these open, like, or pre-op races. And there's another, like, actual, like, named horse there, and it's just like, what are you doing here? Are things really that bad in your career right now? But yeah. I think if there's actually a country I would want to move to, I'm not like, okay, there's 2 countries I would probably want to move to, depending, right? And you might call me crazy for one of these, alright? The first one's Korea. Like, I mean, I think Korea's the more obvious one because... There you go, Haru, let's go. That's my girl. Look at her zoom off. Wow. Yeah, The 1500,000 cc. Nice one, Haru. El Condor Paso coming third. What a scrub. What was I talking about? I got completely distracted by Haru. Oh, countries I'd move to. Korea is the obvious one because, obviously, I'm very Project Moon-pilled, and that's entirely sold me on Korean culture. So I think Korea is probably... I want to visit Korea first, obviously, but it's very much like a candidate for me. Like, if I was gonna move country, that would be on the top of my list. The next one, which people might call me crazy for, is China. Now... obviously, we have this kind of, like... we have this kind of, what's it called? We have this projected outlook on what China is like, and a lot of that is true as well. But... I think... I mean, in certain places in China, I think the living standard is pretty high. I just don't know how welcoming they are to foreigners. Because I don't know a lot of people that have moved to China. I've heard of a couple, though, and they don't sound that bad off. Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's a huge dark cloud looming over China. That's the main reason people don't go there, if you know what I mean. But when you kind of compare it to how a lot of other places in the world are currently, suddenly it just doesn't seem as bad. You know? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just naive. But, yeah. Those are probably my two countries for moving to. Not Japan. Korea and China. That being said, I've been to Japan. I haven't been to China or Korea. So it's probably one of those things where, like, I don't really know what the grounded experience is. And it's probably that my grounded experience of Japan is what dictates my decision on that matter. So, maybe. Maybe I have to go there for myself first to make an established decision on that. Yeah! Hamburger steak bomb! We got the hamburger for Haru. She's eating good tonight. Explosive flavor. And a bunch of stat-ups. I didn't mention this before, actually, but literally yesterday, I did a run with Haru yesterday, and I got the hot spring ticket. So I got the hot spring cutscene with Haru. In retrospect, man, to think that the next day she was going to be running ahead. I can't believe it, man. It was like a sign. She was just like, let's share this final moment together. I'm like, oh, man. I mean, at the time, I was just psyched because, like, wow, that's the first hot spring ticket I've gotten in weeks. But then, yeah. Well, we got that. We got the hamburger steak this time, which is still good. It's still a good result. We'll take the stat increases. Negishi steaks. Let's do it. Yeah, you're gonna run super fast. This is your first G3 race, I think. I think it's our first G3. Prestigious. It means it's very important. This is a graded race after all. Yes, it's a great race. That's it. Yeah, you got it. Let's go. Alright, Haru, you can do it. I believe in you. I did say we might be doing GFL after this, but I just remembered it is a 2-part story in GFL 2, so I might not do that tonight. I might just do this Uma stream for tonight and leave it at that. Cause I mean, I'm very emotionally drained after today, so I actually think this Uma stream is gonna be my limit. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see Haru through her run here, and then we'll just make this a nice, short, cozy one, you know. We didn't have any theatrics. We didn't have any like big celebrations. It was just unfortunate timing. I'll probably be back in the saddle tomorrow. I think I'll just have a nice chill time tonight. Have a good sleep, and then tomorrow we'll be back in the groove. I don't mind doing a back-to-back stream 2 nights. Should be fine. If not tomorrow, Thursday. Or at least this week. It'll be this week. Very important. That goes to you and everyone else as well. Take care of yourselves. There's only one of you. You're the most important person in your life. And Haru will be sad if you don't take care of yourself. So do your best. If you do your best and you take care of yourself, you can do what Haru's doing right now. You can win the Negishi Stakes. You can win a G3 race if you try. It's important. My form of self-care is going to be waking up tomorrow morning, making myself a cracking smoothie, and then going out for a nice long walk. Not a jog. I'm not at the stage where I can comfortably jog yet. Still Mako debut. But eventually the intent is that I'll eventually get to the point where I'm jogging along my usual routes instead of just walking. Yeah. Tackling a G1 next. Yeah, let's go for the February stakes. The fairly lovely stakes, yes. Shooting for the fairly lovely stakes. I love this creature so much. Hello, Haru. I forgot she has like a mischief laugh as well. That's funny. She tried so hard to keep that secret, to keep that surprise. I'm so proud of her. She didn't just run in and just present the chocolate, just like, here, chocolate. She put effort into that. Yeah. Yeah, carrot chocolate. Yeah. I love it. I don't know. I don't even know what carrot chocolate would taste like, but I'm open to trying new things. In fact, I'm gonna quickly do a thing so I'm not false advertising. There we go. Bless you, Haru. I forgot about this. Meaty chocolate. I'm sure it's the butcher's favorite. It's the thought that counts. I mean, if Haru made me chocolate that had fish in it, I would eat it 100%. I'll be like, this is filled with your love. I would definitely eat this. The botulism just means that my body wasn't strong enough to accept your love. I'm joking. She would never give me botulism. She's too pure for that. Alright, for her first G1 race, the fairly lovely stakes. She's so dumb. G1? That sounds cool. That's what you're running in, Haru. Alright. Here we go. Let's see if she can win her first G1. You know these animated splashes for like the races and stuff? The ones that they do for the actual like horse races are so much fancier, it's actually astounding. I remember one of the recent ones I saw was literally like they had this red carpet sprawled out and they had these CG horses like running down the red carpet. It was so elaborate. I loved it so much. Oh yeah, if I can't catch Urara Kinen live at the race, I'll catch it live on TV at the very least. So keep ahead of that pack, Haru. Don't get stuck. This is a mile race, I think, so it's a little more difficult than what she's usually doing. Oh, here we go. Super duper climax! Come on, Haru. Oh, she's getting blocked in, I think. Oh, she's speeding up. She's shooting forward. Come on, Haru. Come on. Oh, yeah. Oh, the procs. Let's go. She did it. She won her first G1. So proud. Haru-da-da. We fulfill the fantasy that she never got to live in real life. Yada. That's my girl. So proud of her. Good job. Elm steaks. At least she realizes that. Little did she know, she has very dedicated fans. Hey! Hey! Oh! I'm gonna be on the hunt for Haru merch when I'm out in Japan, I'll tell you that much. I'm gonna be hunting for it. I have a feeling it might be difficult to find because of recent events, but you know. Haru is confused in the face of disappointment. Oh, I didn't watch the fucking live. No, I forgot to watch the concert. No, I didn't mean to. Thank you, special needs. Special week. Whoops. Slip of the tongue. Yada. Yada, yada, yada. Every time Sweep Toy Show appears on screen, I'll just stop reiterating that. It's stuck in my brain. Yada. Yada, 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 yada. Oh no, she got tempted by Chockies. It's fine. We'll just have to make you even faster. Now we know how this goes. There we go. A little bit of inspiration. Alright, let's see what we get. It is what it is. It's fine. That's a huge speed boost though, holy crap. Go for the tried and true chocolate. There you go. We're actually gonna do recreation to get a mood back up. There we go. So cool! What about your test? Yeah, get your wits up. Oh. Now we might as well skip it. Okay. I need to remember to turn the skip off. Well-rested Haru is a happy Haru. See, when Haru's going through this, it feels like I'm watching my kid, like, start learning what responsibility is, you know? It's like, obviously, you want your kid to have fun. You want them to just have fun in life. But there comes a time when they have to start learning how to take things seriously and when they need to start taking responsibility for stuff. And this is like watching them do that by themselves. Which I think is the most organic way for a kid to do it. I'm not saying they have to do it entirely by themselves, but that's why, in this particular context, that's why we're the trainer. Like, we're helping her realize this, while also preserving that love for racing, for that love for running that she has. And I think those are just important aspects of, like, you know, raising a kid. Like, don't diminish what they manage to find passions in. Support those passions, but also, like, help them become a sensible person. You don't have to sacrifice one for the other. It's a very delicate balance. Take it from someone who's an expert at raising Sims, alright? You gotta get the perfect balance to get a well-adjusted child that grows into a decent human being. I worded that in a really awkward way, but you know what I mean, right? Obviously, it's not about choosing the right buttons to get the right amount of numbers in real life, but the logic kind of also applies. Like, you can't, I mean, in this game you can, but in real life you can't just hard focus on wit training for your kid and hope that they're going to be good at stuff, because, yes, while they may get good grades, like, maybe they get A grades, if you know what I mean, and all their stuff, they're going to really suck at other things in life. Like, in this game, if you just wits max on the horse, they're not really going to be good for much outside of that final ranking. Whereas, the horse that you, like, you know, you make them strong, you make them have a lot of stamina, you make them fast, but they're not quite the fastest, they're not quite the strongest, they're not quite the most long-lasting, so they don't get a high grade. But damn, they are good at a lot of other things, right? That's what you want to strive for. Obviously, you know, there's extremes in this game, so it's not a one-for-one scale. Like, sometimes you can just get S rank and everything, and then you're like, oh, this is the perfect kid. But that's unrealistic. I'm talking about, like, the energy, the sensible energy at the core of it all, you know? I don't, like I said, I'm not a parent. I don't have the perspective for it, but I do believe that the more stimuli a child is exposed to, the more things that they are exposed to and given to learn. Or, not to learn, let me say experience. The more physical experiences that they have, the greater their growth will be. And I say physical experiences because I think an entire generation of children are being effectively killed off by modern, like, social media and technology. Like, I think it is so unhealthy for children to be stuck on, like, iPads and mobile phones and game consoles all the time. I say this as a kid that spent so much of their time playing games when I was little. But it's so damaging in those growing years for a child to be on, like, an iPad or something for, like, a majority of their days. Like, a majority of their leisure time being spent on a computer device. I think there's real value and real worth in a child being limited, having a limited amount of exposure to that type of device. And, like, being given a chance to just thrive in the world. Give them stuff to do. Like, go out and play ball with your kid. Take them on a drive somewhere. Go for a walk. Take them grocery shopping. Nothing to do at home? Do some arts and crafts with them. Like, maybe teach them how to draw. Teach them something. Engage with your child. Play with even playing with toys. And in my opinion, it's not just about minimizing the exposure. I would say restrict them from stuff like social media. Because that short form content like TikTok and Twitter, well, maybe not Twitter, I don't think any child should be on Twitter, but like, TikTok's probably the most egregious one. Keep them away from TikTok and YouTube. I would say, if I had a kid, I would add 100% be using parental controls as much as I could. But even then, I'd be hesitant, because, like, if you give them a taste of it, they're going to want more, because that's how the technology is developed. It is literally developed to get you hooked, to get you to engage so much that you start just craving it. Like, even me, like I said, this morning, the first thing I did was check Twitter. It's not a healthy thing. And if I had a kid, I wouldn't want them doing that. Absolutely not. Yeah. It's why, it's why there's, like, certain people I hear about how they, I'll always preface it by saying, I'm not a parent. I don't have the first-hand experience. But, when I hear about the tales from people that have kids that I know of, there are some where I'm just like, I can't believe you did that. I can't believe that's how you treat your kid. That's awful. I wouldn't say it to their face, but, like, that's what I think personally. And there's other cases where I'm just like, you know what? I'm proud of you. It comes from, like, no grounded place in reality, but, like, I respect the decisions you've made in raising your kid, because those are the decisions that are made by a sensible human being. And, you know, there are cases where, like, people have realized, hey, maybe I shouldn't let my kid have access to TikTok. Because this shit is literally brain rot. I think that's a great thing. And obviously, you know, when they become teenagers, when they become adults, then you start loosening it up, and then you just let them figure things out for themselves. But I think, overall, the most important thing is engaging with your child. And don't treat your child like an idiot. Like, yes, in some regards, from certain perspectives, they are an idiot. But they're learning. So I think that, like, I think talking at your child is a very good way for them to learn, you know? Like, and I'm not just talking about, like, venting your frustrations to your child. Please don't do that. That's very negative parenting. I'm talking just, like, you can baby talk them, like, you can be like, ooh, who's a good... Okay, not that, not like, who's a good girl, like, don't talk to them like they're a pet, okay? But, like, you can, like... You know what I mean, baby talk. You can baby talk them, but, like, you don't have to do that all the time. You don't have to always treat them with, like, that cadence in your speech that they are a being with a lesser degree of intelligence. Sure, they might not understand a lot of the things that you say, like, but I think it's important that they hear how you speak naturally, because then they start learning from that. I think that makes sense. And there's a couple of people that I've seen, they talk to their kids like that. They just talk to them. Like, they'll just talk to them like human beings, and the kids don't really get it, but I think that's good parenting. Like, like someone's playing Dark Souls, and their kid's just like, wow, what are you doing? And, you know, he's just like, I'm killing the big bad dragon. Look, I'm beating him up. I have to do this, because my Estus flask is empty. I need to refill it. If I don't refill it, then it's going to be bad for me, you know? Like, obviously it's a little simplified, but... yeah. Obviously, there is as many ways to raise a child as there are human beings in the world. Wow, I have really been talking about, like... I've been really talking about child raising today, haven't I? Thanks, Haru. Haru has, like, really driven the conversation here, hasn't she? It's how I always feel when I go through a campaign, though. It's like, this is my kid that I'm watching over, and I'm trying to teach her how to responsibly run, you know? I don't want anything bad happening to her, but at the same time, bad stuff needs to happen to her so that she can learn. It's a little bit of tough love, you know? She hungers for victory. She knows. The JBC Sprint, yeah, we'll enter that. And we'll watch the victory concert for that, 100%. I'm gonna do it. This is late August, so this is the last day of summer vacation. I'm not gonna lie, I'll do the Guts training. Fuck it. Yeah, pull that tire. Yeah! Good work at summer camp, Haru. Let's go home. Yeah. Yeah, we know this. Bum 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 bum. Oh, hiya! Ooh, that's some good stamina there, actually. Let's do that. Swim, Haru, swim! She's so determined. She needs to focus her entire brain cell on swimming. It's so adorable. No events? Alright. It's a little disappointing, but it is what it is. Good cheeky stamina. Maxed out, let's go. What skills can we get? I don't think we can get any, really. That's fun. Yeah! We're gonna qualify the Arima Kinen. Let's do it. Gonna win everyone's hearts. I think the only dangerous thing about the prospects of me raising a child is that if I have a daughter, I'm 100% gonna want to call them Haru now. And I don't really know if that's a healthy brainworm to have, but that's just how it stands right now. I mean, the inevitability is that if I had a child, I'm gonna name them after something that's a reference to something. Because I'm one of those people, okay? It's better than naming a child Goku. Yeah, I'm not that bad, alright? I would pick something that sounds like an actual name, you know? Like, I'm not about to call my child Naruto. Haru at least sounds like an actual name for someone. Because Haru is an actual name, you know? Exactly, yeah. I guess you could, some people would say Goku's an actual name, but, you know. It's a little bit of a stretch. And I mean, I'm sure, like, I can't be the only one that's fantasized about things to name your kid if you had one, right? Like, there's... Well, okay, maybe not a kid, because I think I could understand if people have never thought about having kids because they just don't want them. That's fair. But pets as well. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna compare pets to kids. All right, that's an entire discussion I don't really want to get into. But unashamedly, we name a daughter Marissa. That's my boy Tomato. That's my boy. And that's my girl Haru. She pulling it out. Let's go. Part of it's keeping the culture alive, but I think it's less for the recognition of, like, oh, she's pumping up. Well done, Haru. I'm so proud of you. But yeah, it's, I feel like when you go into that, the context is the most important thing. So, like, obviously you have people that name their kid, like, Goku or, like, Bleach Ichigo. And it's like, there's not really much forethought going into this, you know? Like, they're not really thinking... They're just thinking for themselves, not for the child's future. And I feel like when you're naming your kid, there is a degree of selfishness that goes into it, because obviously it's your kid, like... You want to, like, decide how your legacy is going to be. But at the same time, you want to give them a name that, like, kind of... gives them a trajectory in life. As spiritual as that may be. Or, like, as figurative as that may be. If I name my daughter... I would name my daughter Haru because I want her to do her best and I want her to never give up. That's why I would name her Haru. That's the meaning behind the name, you know? It's like, before, I wanted to name my daughter Remilia because Remilia is a proud and distinguished character. And I'd like for my kid to be proud and, like, confident when they grow up. That's the type of meaning I'd put into a name. Let's have Haru perform Unlimited Impactor. Which has really grown on me as a song. When I first heard this, I wasn't too big on it. But this is probably one of my favorite concert songs now. One of my favorite winning concerts. You will notice that this is not Oguri's voice. The sad thing about some of these winning concerts is that the backup voices, understandably, are not voiced by all the horses, so they're mostly fill-in voices. Even the lead singer, actually. I don't actually know if this is Haru singing it. I think it could be, because this is one of the few winning concerts Haru can get, considering how limited her career is. But yeah, some of the winning concerts only have a few VAs that actually sing them. The rest is just like a stock VA. I think the only comprehensive one that exists is Umamusume. As far as I know, every single horse has leading and backing vocals to Umamusume. Which, that by itself is crazy. Oh man, this kind of hits different right now. Man. That hits so different. It's raining again. It's raining in my room again, I hate it. Man, I should really get an umbrella one of these days, huh? Seeing that Full Metal Alchemist gif everywhere right now. Oh god, yeah. When it rains, it pours. I haven't done... I got Saiyan Sky, but I haven't done her career yet. For obvious reasons. I mean, I literally got her, like, the other day, so... Well, between this and training for the Gemini Cup, I haven't managed to take her on a run yet. I will do it eventually, though. Because Saiyan Sky is going to be very important for future cups, since she has some very powerful skills. And is a very powerful horse in general, so... Definitely going to be trying to make her work at some point. Let's rest you up, shall we? The Rimakinen is coming. Yada! Yada yada yada! Okay. Let's get a little bit of... You know what? We'll get the stamina to B. Very good. Hell yeah. The most important thing is that Haru still believes in Santa, and I would never take that away from her. What is it, Haru? She sounds like Kirby sometimes. Poyo. I can hear it. I mean, she's pink. She's adorable. And she has a squeaky cadence to her. Are we sure? And she can probably eat a lot as well, because she's an Uma. How do we know Haru's not just Kirby? Maybe in her spare time, Haru takes on eldritch gods. Here it is, the Arima Kinen. Do we believe in miracles? We might be onto something. Cygame's got some explaining to do. Let's get the long thing here. Wait a minute. This is Nakayama turf, huh? So let's look at the record. So we have a D in turf and a D in long racing. Dare I say it's not impossible. But it is very much working against her right now. We don't look at predictions. We'll be watching Haru. Go and have fun, Haru. Can I just say, I want to say something. This might be copium, okay? This might be copium. I've never had symbols here. These symbols have always been dashes. Which means, like, she's never even been she's been, like, last favorite every time. She's third favorite here. She's the third favorite. This is the highest favorite I've ever gotten her to. Haru. I believe in you, Haru. If there's a time I ever believed in you, it's now. Wishing you a very favorable RNG. There's no RNG involved here, Scarlet. This is simply Haru's determination. This is my resolve as a trainer. She's the number 3rd fave against Special Week and Grass Wonder. Haru! Ganbarimasu! Oh god. I've done this so many times, but... oh, for some reason this time, I feel so anxious about it. Oh, she's doing her best. She's not at the back of the pack, though! She's not... she's not dead last! She's holding her own! There's so much more weight on this today. There's so much more stakes. Come on, Haru, hold it together. We didn't get you swinging Maestro, I'm afraid, but... I'm just praying that she has the stamina to see this through. If we can actually avoid last place, that would be big enough by itself, but... don't give up, Haru. You're doing so well, Haru! Oh my god, Haru. Oh no, she's faltering. Haru, keep it together, Haru, come on! They're in the last spot. Haru! Oh my god, Haru. Oh no. She did it! I mean, no, she didn't come first. But she didn't come last! She didn't come last! She didn't come in last place! She came in 7th! Oh my god, Haru! I'm so proud of you! Oh my god. Literally every other time she's been dead last. But look, she beat all these horses. Okay, most of these horses are nobodies. But she beat Air Groove. she beat Air Groove. Oh my god, she got 7th. Yeah, poor Air Groove, what happened? Aye. I mean, look at her competition, though. Oguri Cap, Tozen Jordan, Grass Wonder, Gold Ship Special Week, Saiyan Sky. Oh, Haru. I'm so proud of you. Maybe it wasn't the miracle that could surmount all miracles. Maybe it wasn't a miracle equivalent to the second coming of Christ, you know? But this is the first time I've raced Haru Niarimakinen and not come last. Not even higher than last place. We got 7th place. That's in the top half of the rankings. Like, the halfway point would be what? 8th? Yeah, just above it. We are in the above average bracket for this race. That was within reach. She just didn't have the stamina at the end, I feel. But, like, if her skills procced, I think it would have been over. But that's just how it goes. I'm so proud of her that she got 7th. We won't watch the concert because obviously she's not going to be front stage, but well done, Haru. Yeah, they were. Go, Haru, go. Yeah, you could have done it. We'll get there one day, Haru. But you did so well today. You did so well. That's more than I could ask for. Oh, come on. Of course I'll get that. We just get that right at the end. Oh, Umamusume. We'll watch her final. I mean, with that performance, I have no doubt Haru's gonna clear these finals. Today's stream really hitting differently. Yeah. Honestly. I don't think I've ever been this emotional in the stream, and I really apologize for that, because... I don't know, I feel like there's a certain amount of decorum I should be having on stream. And silly stuff like that. And I feel like people might just... not laugh at me, but I feel like people might look at me weirdly if I'm, like, actually weeping over stuff like this. Yeah. It is okay to be a little vulnerable. I mean... I'm definitely an advocate for, like, it's just okay to be... Oh, Haru. I'm sorry. It's okay. You did your best. There's definitely days where being a little vulnerable is okay. And I think we should welcome being, well, maybe not welcome's maybe not the wrong maybe not the right word for it, but I think it should be more acceptable to be vulnerable on more than like one day a year. I think the most important thing is finding the right people to be vulnerable with. I mean, obviously, I'm plenty vulnerable with my close friends. Like, I have very real talks about insecurities and anxiety of them, and I think everyone needs that kind of circle in their life. Like, just a circle of people that, whether it's friends or family or whatever, where you can just, you can vent, you can laugh, you can cry, just like, just be an open book. Exactly, Scarlet. People you can listen to, and people that will listen to you. I mean, it works both ways. Because sometimes you'll feel so introverted that you just don't want to interact with anyone. But still having people there, like, speaking to you or speaking in the background is nice. Why is Narita Brian here? This is a long straight. Haru? There you go, Haru. There you go, girl. She beat Talon Cross. That's crazy. She did it. Haru Urara. Haru Urara. Gambarimasu. Haru Urara. She will live on forever in our hearts. And you know what they say in Umamusume? It's never truly over until you hear the Umamusume. So let's wrap this up, shall we? She may not be a legend by the numbers, but she's a legend in our hearts, damn it. She's an Umamusume legend. I just find it so sorry. I just find it so funny that third place was an NPC horse. How was third place an NPC? So sad Happy Meek didn't make a top 3. Happy Meek's just in the background. But I mean, there was also... I think Maruzensky was in that race. Matekane Fukukitaro was, and Narita Bryan. And you're telling me that this rando beat them? Huh? I need to fight. Da 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 da. Go fight. Abadachi. Yeah. Da 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 da. Da da da. Ha. Need itchy fight. Da 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 da. Haru Urara! She'll be first place in our hearts. She'll always be first place in our hearts. It's her! It's she! Haru Urara! She's the king! Oh look, it's Haru's mom! I mean King Halo. We all came out. We all came out for you, Haru. Haru Urara smiles like that of a sunny spring day. Those around her can't help but be drawn in by it. And of course, by her can-do attitude. Hey, oh. Farewell, Haru. I only knew you for a couple months, but thanks for everything. That was a pretty good run overall. I'm glad that run wasn't a total disaster. I mean, we got 7th place in the Arima Kinnan. That's a monumental achievement. This is maybe not by the numbers, but by performance alone, this was my greatest, like, Haru run, by far. So not a lot of these are really good for her, but that's fine. I'm not really intending to use her anywhere. It's a very special day. You know what's funny? Today was also, today was also Cherno Day. Like, it's a Toho Day, because it's the 9th of the 9th. But I guess, it's gonna be Cherno Day and Haru Day. Now. I mean, Haru also has a birthday, but, today will be the day to celebrate Haru's life. And celebrate being stupid like Cherno, I guess. Let's give you, I'll give you focus. Maybe this, and then we'll finish it off with, actually, hold on. 153, huh? Like a radiant sunny day, I'll give you those points. Or actually... I hate it when you're like 1 point off from grabbing something, you know? Ah, screw it, we'll give her deep breaths. I feel like we could have given her deep breaths in that final race, she might have been able to do it. But we don't talk about what ifs. She did her best, she didn't give up. That's good enough for me. Oh my god, that score! Oh my god! Exactly 10,000! That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you, Haru. Oh my god. We don't care about the sparks. That was perfect. That's crazy. We are blessed today. She didn't get last place in Yurima Kinen. We got the perfect 10k score. Homide, homide. You can be the finals champion. You wear that gold banner, queen. So proud of her. Of course it's Bakushin. Of course it's Bakushin. Why wouldn't it be Bakushin? Alright, yeah. I'm gonna wrap it up there tonight, guys. I don't really want to go through the entire GFL event right now. We'll do that another night. We just did the one Haru run tonight, and what a run it was. Thank you to everyone that came along to join me tonight. It wasn't much in the grand scheme of things, but I'd say it's a very therapeutic stream as well. And hopefully it was for some of you guys as well. You have a good night as well, Scarlet. And likewise, take care. And I will see you all in a few days' time for the next stream, which will hopefully be this week. It really lit up my day. I'm very happy that it did that. That's all I could ask for. And I'm sure Haru would approve of that too. Remember, never give up. And just keep on running. Yeah, that's it. Good night, everyone. Get pet idiot. Get pet idiot. Get pet idiot.